Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and I have a hyper-aggressive attacking game for you played by Chinese chess grandmaster Wei Yi. His opponent is Andrew Muir, and this game was played in 2013 at Reykjavik Open. Now let's see how the game went on. Wei Yi started the game with e4 and c5 by Andrew Muir. Sicilian defense, knight f3, knight c6, knight c3, d6, d4, white goes for open Sicilian, knight takes d4, knight f6, bishop c4 e6, black is choosing the Scheveningen type setup, bishop e3, bishop e7, and queen e2, Wei Yi goes for Velimirovic attack. Wei Yi is still keeping his queen on d1 h5 diagonal, he's not allowing any knight g4 jumps, and is not going to lose a tempo on f3 move. He will later go for immediate g4. a6 was played, white castles queen side, queen c7, bishop b3, knight a5, and here we go g4, b5. Meanwhile, black is trying to organize a counterattack on the queen side. g5, knight takes b3 check, a takes b3, knight d7, h4, b4, knight a4, knight c5, and h5. This is actually a race of attackers, and let's see who will be faster. With his last move, white allowed black to capture on e4. Knight takes e4 was played, now comes g6. Wei Yi sacrificed the pawn for the sake of a quick attack. Bishop f6, rook g1, and bishop b7. Not a good move. After this move, white is managing to gain advantage. It was better to go for castling kingside. Though on the surface this looks risky, but actually black is managing to defend successfully. If g takes h7, then king h8, black is not capturing on h7, but is playing king h8 and is using white pawn as a shield. A very standard idea in typical positions. But instead, after rook g1, bishop b7 was played. Now comes g takes f7 check, king takes f7, and a powerful move by Wei Yi, knight takes e6. Look at this move. King takes e6 was played, f3, and it turns out that actually after f3, white is managing to win back the sacrificed knight. For example, if you play knight c5, then simply bishop takes c5, discover check. This is crushing. That's why after f3, king f7 was played, and now white is simply capturing on e4. Rook e8, meanwhile, black is trying to bring his king on a safer square. Rook f1, bishop takes e4. While black is busy with grabbing pawns, white is intensifying the pressure. Now comes another hyper-aggressive sacrifice, knight c5. The idea of bringing the knight on c5 square is that after d takes c5, which was played in the game, the queen jumps on c4 square and is targeting black king. With his sacrifice, white actually blocked the black queen's path. Rook e6 was played, and another tactical shot, this time rook takes g7. King takes g7, queen takes e6. Right now white is down a piece, but black king is exposed, and actually white has a huge advantage. Bishop e5, queen g4 check. With his last move, Wei Yi forked black king and the bishop, but actually bishop g5 is stronger. The idea is that, for example, let's just make a random move. If a5, then this time already the bishop is on h4 d8 diagonal, and white can first play h6 check and then bishop f6 check, and actually this is going to be crushing. There is not much black can do, and then rook f7, the game is over. Let's go back, but in the game after bishop e5, queen g4 check was played. Bishop g6, h takes g6, h takes g6, though still white has an advantage. Queen e6, rook g8, rook g1, this time white is coming after the pawn on g6. Bishop g3, well, if I move like king h7, then actually this line is very beautiful, I want to share with you. And then white can give a check from h6 square, and then bishop f8 discovered check, and in the end of the day black king is actually getting checkmated in the most brutal style. This position looks like that is taken from chess puzzles. Let's go back, but after rook g1, bishop g3 was played. Queen g4, White is intensifying the pressure on G file and Rook F8. Now this is a very important moment. Black is setting up a cheap trap, that's why White has to be very careful. For example, now if you capture on G3, then Black can go for Rook F1 check. You can't capture because you will lose your queen, and if King D2, then Queen D7 check, and then Queen takes D4. This is terrible, guys. Black is going to win. Or after Rook F8, if you move like Rook takes G3, then again Black is actually managing to create counter-attacking chances. Now if King E2, then Queen D1 checkmate. That's why again you should give away your bishop, although after the exchange of queens, Black is actually managing to equalize the game. Let's go back. That's why after Rook F8, Wei Yi first played this important prophylactic King B1 move. Queen E5, and only now Wei Yi captured on G3. Rook F1, a desperate check, but after King A2, finally Muir resigned. White is simply a piece up, and this is going to be an easy win. That's why after King A2, Black resigned. A very impressive game, I think, full of nice tactical shots. Thanks for watching. Here are more suggestions for you. For more games, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I will see you in the next video.